talked to both of these coaches this week. The key is possessions and number of possessions, and they both, obviously, winning faceoffs is part of that equation. You see right here, Notre Dame winning the first one.
Yeah, Ohio State had it for a moment. As you mentioned, Ignacio, 620 faceoffs won, becoming the all-time leader for Ohio State. But it's Notre Dame has got the starting line.
Got to a good spot, just wasn't able to put it on cage. And Buren got caught up a little bit on the cage.
Wow, 3 times is the charm. So the first 2 not there, but Notre Dame scores. The goal coming to Pat Cavanaugh, the junior.
This is a broken play. It starts out as pretty good defense from the Buckeyes. And you're gonna see Cavanaugh, Pat here, just being at the right place at the right time, handle the rock, and then this finish, a twister. So he's got the stick in his right hand, and he brings
off. That has been an area of concern for Notre Dame and their legendary head coach, Coach Corrigan. 34 years he's been there. And he talked about the fact that it's automatic for Notre Dame and Ohio State to play each other. Long before Big Ten or ACC got it together for men's lacrosse, they were facing each other.
When you talk about face-offs, you're talking about possessions. And if you're not winning possessions, you have to find ways to generate. There's another goal.
Yeah, it's a great shot right there by Riley Gray. Kept it low and brought some heat, and then you've got the turf as well and bounces it in. It's 2-0 Notre Dame.
Gets to a good spot on the field and then able to beat Johnson with a high bouncer.
3rd goal of the season for number 17. Watch this.
Yeah, you'll see he just gets to a good spot, gets his shoulders downhill, his hands are free, and a little bit of an unusual sidearm, little low release that he's able to use the turf.
Nobody has more wins at one institution than Coach Corrigan has at Notre Dame. Behind the cage, the Buckeyes. That's a great shot. And side netting right when the Buckeyes needed it. They find it right there, and Ohio State has scored. The goal coming from Kobe Smith, the senior from Lancaster, PA.
Big goal there for the Buckeyes. They haven't looked great with their offensive possessions. They get the man up, and they're able to put it away with Colby Smith with a hands down. Absolute cannon. Puts the Buckeyes within 1. 2-1 Notre Dame.
I mentioned earlier, it said 23 degrees, but Greg, when you get in the wrong part of that snow and wind, it really does feel like 10. You got my back on that?
Oh yes, it is cold.
Behind the cage, Ohio State.
It's a man-up opportunity for the Buckeyes.
As you mentioned, they've been efficient in the man-up opportunities, and that is efficiency at its best right there. As Ohio State with the man-up almost over, they've tied it at 2. Ohio State 2, Notre Dame 2.
Jason Knox has a fantastic release, and you saw the last goal, the first goal I should say against Entenmann was with just absolute speed. And Knox, this release that he has, his ability to hide the stick, he is automatic from that spot. Scored a number of goals showing and recovering as opposed to setting the slide entirely. So we'll see if they continue to cover that if Ohio State is able to get those matchups.
So that's Kobe Smith who had the goal, but now sitting out for 30 seconds. So we'll see how Notre Dame does. Man up, a shot from distance, a laser, and Notre Dame has scored. Eric Dobson with the goal.
Dobson just absolutely brought some smoke with that shot, hands free, and he's got range. And you see him step in, just nobody gets to his hands, and great shot placement and just heat.
In from Notre Dame as Hallenbeck was ready for it. And here comes the quick transition from the Irish. McMahon. Shot and a laser, and Notre Dame has doubled the lead again. It was 2-0, now it's 4-2. Fighting Irish on top.
Great job of running the field there by the Irish. What looked like was going to be a backdoor opportunity for Ohio State. Comes a turnover. Quinn McCann right here just beats Johnson with a great shot on the run. Early offense. Good spot on that shot.
As part of the mental health awareness game, they're wearing stickers on the back of their helmets, and the Buckeyes are scoring as well as they've cut the lead here. Ohio State with the score. Jack Myers, you knew it was only going to take a little bit of time, and Myers has scored for Ohio State.
And this is the aspect that he has added to his game. We talked about Ohio State trying to create matchups. Myers has the short stick. Notre Dame didn't slide the first time they had this. They didn't slide again. And Myers with these low angle shots has been so effective. And you see him just continue to work upfield. And
Myers with one, Smith with one, Knox with one. Those are the 3 goals for the Buckeyes. They have a chance to tie it. And they do. The Buckeyes, what a great dodge, and it's 4-4.
So Notre Dame refusing to slide to the matchup of a short stick against Ohio State's best player, Jack Myers. And 2 times in a row, it's been the same result. It's just a one-on-one for Jack Myers, and you're going to see the patient. And this is advantage Ohio State all day. Nobody was even ready to slide, it looked like, for the Notre Dame defense. And you see Jack Myers get to a good 5 seconds remaining.
The Buckeye faithful want to get. Oh, wow. In the final seconds right there with the shot clock, the Buckeyes have taken their first lead of the game. They started that attack late, Greg, and the finish for Ohio State coming from number 29, Jackson Reed.
And you see Jackson Reed, the Canadian, putting the stick, showing the sideline. Hey, guys, I got a right hand, too, because, you know, he is a Canadian. He doesn't put the stick in his right hand very much, but the wall has been paying off for Jackson Reed there, able to put a righty low angle shot past. And so Ohio State continues to attack. They're going back into their invert set. Once again with Jack Myers.
And the Buckeyes have scored again. It's 6-4. And Ohio State trailed 2-0. They trailed 4-2. And Ohio State now, as you mentioned, Scott White with the goal.
And Ohio State just catches Notre Dame off guard. Scott White looks like he's taking the ball behind, where he's going to set up a 2-man game with Jack Myers, and decides he sees an opening to cut it off, and just a foot race gets to the middle.
Scores falling down 13-11. What was your takeaway from that game against Cornell for Ohio State?
They hit the 3rd period and they had trouble clearing. That was their, wow.
What a feed.
What a
brilliant
feed.
Incredible pass, and a finish for Ohio State. Scott White in the middle of it as well, and the Buckeyes with a 3-goal lead, their biggest lead of the game.
Scott White with the goal, but what a feed from Johnny Wiseman. Wow. That is a tough pass to make, and the accuracy. You see, he bears down, he gets to a good spot, draws 3 defenders, holds the goalie with his eyes, and then is able to throw it to that back post. You're not good on the offensive end, and are finally starting to hit their groove. And you see Notre Dame on these matchups, they like to show, not necessarily slide, but you got Jack Myers again with the short stick matchup, same result.
Myers, number 2 with the goal for Ohio State.
If you're Notre Dame and you see a short stick on Jack Myers, you might want to start sending help and sending it early. And so you saw Jack Myers beat Entenmann low with his first shot. His first 2 shots have been low. And watch the way he uses his body to drop.
Ohio State looking to win 3 in a row over Notre Dame.
Great defense again. Wow, and Wallen there on the stop, but Notre Dame looked like they were going to have Ohio State. Yeah, good physical play there. Oh, and a turnover for the Buckeyes on the clear.
It was after the physical play, and then the shot, that was huge. Notre Dame got physical and led to the turnover, and the finish right there by Jose Boyer, the senior from Yorktown Heights, New York.
We'll see if this goal can get the Irish back on track. Obviously a long pole goal, always a momentum swing. And the only one who's been able to beat Wallen so far. But you see Boyer, just nice read. Nobody's really there. Ohio State has the numbers. And Boyer does a great job of just kind of freezing, hey, I'm going to pass it. No, I'm not. And able to Bobby Van Buren time to recover.
This team's dead even now from the X, and Notre Dame with back-to-back goals, and the lead is just 2. So just like that, Notre Dame comes flying back, and it's Morrison Meyer, the grad student from San Diego.
Yeah, this is just great footwork. Bobby Van Buren comes out to play Meyer on this rotation. So you see Ohio State now is rotating. They got the skip pass. Just a little bit of an over pursuit from Van Buren. And what a swim move and great shot placement from Meyer. So
Country coming in on faceoffs. Ignacio number 2 overall. And look at this, 3 straight for Notre Dame in like a minute right there. And another one for Notre Dame, and it's now just a 1-goal game.
The Jacob Boyce just calls his own number here, and that's what you like to see out of your leaders and your best players. And just realizes he likes his matchup. You see him bear down, get to a good spot, hit the brakes right here, come back, switch hands, and then able to beat Wall for Notre Dame.
Marco Napolitano, you see him right there, the junior from San Diego, wearing number 30, under 4 minutes remaining. And Ohio State has scored again, so they stopped the 3 straight goals from Notre Dame, and now it's 9-7. The Buckeyes back on top by 2.
And Colby Smith, he scored on this exact same play on another man-up opportunity for the Buckeyes. And what I love here, he went upstairs last time. This time he brings it low, able to beat Entenmann. Great release, 9-7, Buckeyes lead. Notre Dame rung one off the pipe there.
Ohio State 9, Notre Dame 7. It was 4-2, 6 unanswered. There's Notre Dame again. So Notre Dame has pulled it back within 1. And finishing for Notre Dame is Chris Kavanaugh. The Kavanaugh brothers. Don't forget about Matt Kavanaugh. And Ohio State talking it over. We got a 1-goal game.
Chris Kavanaugh. And we talked just about how electric the Kavanaugh brothers are. You see, Chris, this feed is good from Dobson. This handle and footwork from Chris Kavanaugh is superb. Need to tiptoe that crease, not step in, and then obviously one-on-one with Wallen. Nothing he can do there, but man, great athleticism and body control. This should be a penalty. Oh, we're not going to get there. It is. So another man-up opportunity coming for Ohio State.
They do finally blow the whistle. You see the flag out there as well.
Yeah, it's just tough if you're Notre Dame. Is it the third push in the back that they've had on a loose ball?
Yeah, it is. 3rd penalty against Notre Dame, just 1 for Ohio State. And the face-off battle is tied. There's the penalty.
Yeah,
right
you
there.
see the extension with the hands in the back. That's going to get called every single time. We'll see if Ohio State goes back to the play that if Colby Smith had 2 on.
Yeah, well said. Ohio State 2 for 2 on the man-up situation. They've got 25 seconds here. Quick pass.
Wow.
Oh, what a fake. A beautiful fake, and then a finish for the Buckeyes. Scoring there for Ohio State, number 16, Jason Knox.
And that's as easy as they get for Jason Knox because of the feed from Jackson Reed. And what I love here is Jackson Reed just continues to step in and make this Notre Dame defender commit. Knox gets to a great spot, and then the feed from behind the back feed from Reed.
They need to shoot it. Oh!
Oh! It counts!
It will count. A great save by Entenmann, but the pickup and the finish for Ohio State. And the Buckeyes with a last-second goal here in the 3rd. Jackson Reed has done it again.
Are you kidding me? Colby Smith just puts one on Cage from about 35 yards. I don't know if this was good. Let's see. I don't know.
Oh, they might wave it off. Although Entenmann, his reaction, yeah.
Obviously, great job by Reed. Right place, right time, but
The other storyline is the weather, right? And at this point, we're hoping the teams have adjusted, but it's not getting any warmer, Greg.
no, it's not.
Plenty of time, though, for Notre Dame to get back into this.
Yeah, and especially when you're winning faceoffs the way that they have. And, in the past games when they've gotten down and, you're not winning faceoffs. Great shot.
And Notre Dame, with all of this time, has scored again. The finish there for the Fighting Irish, and they've cut the lead to 2. The goal coming from number 29, Will Engrick.
Yeah, Engrick just gets to a good spot and kind of lulls the Ohio State defense, just sweeping across the top. Great placement. I've seen 2 sidearm bouncers from the Irish, because every time they have not slid to Jack Myers on a short stick matchup, it's been a goal, and they go right back to it.
Myers, so quick, and a laser shot for Ohio State. This after the brilliant play from Wallen, and the Buckeyes have scored again. Ohio State, Kobe Smith with a laser.
And you see the vision. Oh, we're gonna start with a Wallen highlight. You see the save, rebound, and then you see him come out of the cage and get in the mix. I love this. Bring an extra body out there. Who cares if it's your goalie? And Ohio State's able to come with the ball in the clear, and then you see Jack Myers with the look through. Absolutely great vision. We talked about not a great pass, but a great handle and the look. And Will Lynch was in the right spot, picked it off, and now possession for Notre Dame.
Eight minutes remaining, and swinging around, it's a Kavanaugh with the goal, number 51. Pat Kavanaugh scored the first one, and he scored again here for the Fighting Irish.
It's almost identical to the last goal, and Kavanaugh just continues to sweep, work to a great spot, and then how about that finish? Gets downhill, look at that.
He's 2-time All-American at Ohio State. We're at Ohio Stadium. The 60th time Notre Dame and Ohio State have faced each other. Notre Dame trying to cut the lead to 1. Kavanaugh falling down, picked back up by Notre Dame. Notre Dame staying with it. Shot clock. And Notre Dame has pulled it with one. Dobson has sent some smoke, and he gets that one by, and it's just a 1-goal game.
Once again, this starts with that same offensive set where they're able to sweep to the middle, and then it turns into a broken play. And Dobson, just a split dodge. Once again, hands-free, great shot location. 12-11, Ohio State leading. Just it's all about coaching and practice and execution. Whenever you have a team, Jack Myers to Jackson Reed, the 2 captains.
Ohio State, their man-up opportunities, I think they've been perfect.
They have.
Yeah.
And here, this is Jack. Give Jack Myers a ton of credit. So you see, we talk about playing. Look at him. Look where he's looking. He just holds the defense and allows Jackson Reed, a phenomenal box player, to slip behind the defense. And then obviously nothing Entenmann can do. This game for the Buckeyes.
And that's exactly what they're doing. 15 seconds remaining. Ohio State looking for 3 in a row. The cage is open, and the Buckeyes are going to win it. It's 14-11 with under 10 seconds remaining. Ohio State getting it done.
And who else? Jack Myers. Guy who's been such a great player for the Buckeyes all day. Calls his own number and puts this game away. Obviously nothing Entenmann can do. Gets to the middle. Game over.
So Ohio State will climb up the national, and then they're back home against Penn State and Johns Hopkins. They'll be at Maryland, and the Buckeyes have done it. They will charge the field. Ohio State knocking off Notre Dame for the 3rd time in a row. The Buckeyes 14, the Fighting Irish 11.
What a great game. Ohio State obviously has a lot of pieces. Saw 2 goalies, Caden Johnson, Skylar Wallen came in, flipped the tide, gave him a huge momentum swing.